lovely people. Hello and season's greetings to one and all. So I'm making this video and I'm not in the best places to make a video. You may hear echoes. I'm sorry about that. But of course a video has to be made. And today I'm talking about time. I'm talking about time. And that's a four-letter word that we use every day. On an everyday basis, we use the word time, right? You're going to work, you have to watch your time because you have to get to work on time. You're going to school or your child is going to school, you have to ensure that you get up at a particular time to prepare his or her meals so that they can get to school on time, right? To leave out on time to get to school on time. You're going to church, you want to get to church on time. You're going to catch a flight, you want to get to the airport with enough time to go to customer service, to check in and all of that jazz to get to the gates on time, right? You make your plans and you want to ensure that everything is lined up and everything is coordinated so that it's all done within the allotted time in which you slated, right? So everything is timed. Everything is timed. But you can't touch time, you can't feel it, but this world is run on time, Time is money, they always say. And it is so right. Time is money. But this year, being 2020, what have you done with your time? A lot of us, we were stuck at home for months. We were in quarantine. And for months, we were just home, and I have a scrunchie on my finger. For months we were home, and a lot of us, so what did we do at the time? What did we do with our time when we were just at home, being quarantined, being locked away, being somewhat afraid, of this whole COVID-19 pandemic? We are what we do. We are what we spend our time on and our energy on. And a lot of us, we worried a lot during that time period. I'm gonna say initially it bothered me, it bothered me, because I can say clearly off the bat, for a whole 2 months I did not leave my house. I went outside, but I did not leave the perimeters of the yard itself. And I prayed, probably not as much as I should have or could have rather, but I worried a bit, I worried like many other people. I did worry a bit. And like I said, we are what we spend our time on, or we are what we use our time to do. Yes, if that's said any better, or what we use our time to do. So if we spend our entire time just worrying, what does that make you? What does that make me? A warrior. Not a warrior, but a warrior. A worrisome person. Someone that's always worrying. Right? 2020, I think a lot of us lost a whole lot of time. We made lots of plans. We had a lot of things on the drawing board. We mapped out a lot of things, and we lost a lot of time because of the fact that a lot of us were laid off. A lot of us lost our jobs. A lot of us were just in panic mode because of all these things, and we sat down and we worried, and we might have just watched a lot of TV, a lot of movies, and we did some research, and we lost a lot of time because in truth we focused on a lot of the wrong things instead of being positive and trying to gain something substantial out of the entire COVID-19 experience. But time lost, as we know, cannot be regained. What we did yesterday, we cannot go back. We cannot go back and alter it. It's gone. It's wasted. You understand? And that is if it wasn't spent productively. It's wasted. It's gone. It's locked away in the past. There's so many movies that we watched. I watched so many movies, sci-fi films about, time travel. And that's not so in the real world. You cannot go back in time to reclaim time that was lost. It is locked away. It is only accessed in the memory. It's only accessible there. So it's gone. And there's no use crying over spilled milk. It's gone already. But moving forward, because that's what time does, it moves forward. There's no going back in time. The only going back there is in your memory. You know, you revisit the day in your head, of course, when you met the love of your life, or when you got a new job, or when you started a new school, or when you graduated. You understand? Or when you hung out with friends. That's the only way it's accessed. You cannot go into a machine and punch in 1985 and end up in 1985, 5 a.m. at wherever location. No, you can't. But we remember these things. And we've lost a lot of time. That's pretty much what I'm saying in essence. And again, there's really no use crying over spilled milk. So whatever time has been lost, okay, all right, it gone, it not come back, it really not gonna come back. So guess what? Moving forward, because that's what time does, it goes forward. Moving forward, let's handle or let's manage our time better. Let's plan better and not just leave the plans on paper, but actually to execute. Let's spend the time that even if we're gonna still be at home for a little bit, let's spend that time being productive. You know, let's be productive. Let's be active and not just sit on a couch like what is a couch potato. Let's be productive. And let's make the best of 2021. None of us knows what 2021 is going to bring. We don't know. All of us were so happy. January 1st, 2020, welcoming the new year. Happy New Year. We were out. Personally, I was out partying. So that's how I started the year, partying. But I ended this year, or this year is ending with me, you know, recommitted as a Christian. Recommitted and... shifted my focus into continuing my Christian walk. You understand? So yeah, it started on that sort of note and it went downhill. I had my highs and lows and I'm ending on a much better note. So 2021, we don't know what it's this coming year is gonna bring, right? But what we have to do is to ensure that our time is spent wisely. Let us focus on heavenly things. Let us ensure that we spend time in the Word of God, reading our Bible. Let us ensure that we spend quality time with our loved ones, or our partners, or husbands, or wives, or children. You understand? Our family members. Let us spend quality time in things that matter, in matters of the heart. Let us spend quality time going through or reading books that will help us to develop ourselves. Let us spend quality time. If you're going to school, spend quality time in your books, in your studies. If you're a member of some sort of a board or whatever team it is, you know, spend time trying to figure out how to make it better. Spend time trying to figure out how to make yourself a better person, how to grow, how to develop, and how to enhance yourself, rather than to just waste your time. Because, like I said, time wasted can never, ever, ever be regained. Once it's gone, and it cannot be recaptured. It cannot. So, for those of us that lost valuable time this year, let us just reflect on that and just come to the realization that we lost the time and that it cannot and will not come back, and that the only way to revisit it is in our heads, and to just do better for the coming year, do better for 2021, do better for ourselves, do better for our careers, do better for our spiritual walk, do better in our affairs, you know, personal affairs, in our relationships, you know, whether it be friendships or your intimate relationships. But let us do better with time management, and we're just handling every single thing that we have. We are what we spend our time on. All right, so focus on things that are important, and important is quite relative. So that's another thing. Figure out what is truly important to you and fix it. All right, dedicate some time to that. We are what we spend our time on. Thank you for spending this time that you have spent watching this video, because it will benefit you in one way or another. Again, this is Duchess Imani Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. I love you. And spend your time wisely in 2021. Grow in one way or another, or in several ways. Peace out.